it's your girl JM Moore, and I'm back with another video. So I had a video made out for Monday about my chemo number 8 treatment, and it was more like a get ready with me and go with me to my appointment. However, my footage had gotten deleted, so I was very upset about that yesterday because I worked very hard the last couple of days on doing it. We're just gonna wing this and we're gonna get through it. Because I still wanted to let you guys know what happened. So when I go in, the first thing that I do is I get weighed. My weight was 115 pounds, which was awesome in my opinion, because normally within this situation, I have been between 100 pounds and 100 and maybe 10 at the most, I want to say, but it would fluctuate for the most part between 100 and 105. So to be in that area was pretty good, and I was comfortable with that. But this week it was like 115. Oh my god, you know, like we're back to normal. So I was really happy about that situation. Well, then from getting your weight done, you have to go and have a urinalysis, which is when you pee in the cup. So I went and did that, and they went and tested my urine, and that came back great. It had a little protein in it, but it was nothing, you know, over the top for them to have to hold my chemo for the day. So that was an awesome thing, and I was happy about that. Then after that, we do vitals and stuff, and then we do blood work. And the blood work, they use my port. I have a portacath that's right here. Kind of looks yucky, but this is just the incision and where they put it in, and this is inside of my vein. But they use a portacath, and they can draw blood out of it. They put the IV in there. You know, they can administer medicine and all that stuff in that one thing, versus having to puncture my veins and use those. So we did that. We got the blood work, and then it was like sadness set in. It was such a downfall of the day. And the reason being that I say that is because my blood work came back and my germ fighting cells were low. I believe it's called granulocytes or something like that. They're germ fighting cells, and my white blood cells that coagulate with that, they were low. So I could not have my chemo for that day. So it was set up to where I would have chemo this coming Monday, which is the 12th, I believe, and we'll try again for that day. The things that I have to go through in order to get my immune system back up to par basically would be, you know, taking in certain vitamins, eating certain things like vegetables and fruits that have those things in them. My magnesium was also low too, but I found that out a week prior to, and so things that you can use to get that up would be some fruits you can use, but they have like magnesium tablets. I can get into those things, you know, in another video. But my germ fighting cells were a 1.2, and according to my nurse, it has to be a 1.5 or higher in order for them to be able to go ahead and give you treatment. Now 1.5 is still low, so don't think like, oh, 1.5, I'm in the clear. No, technically you need a 2.0 or higher to be in the clear, or to be in a higher standings when it comes to your germ fighting cells. But in my case with having chemo, because it's something that has to happen, they can treat you with a 1.5 or higher. It's just that you have to make sure that you're keeping up with certain things, like your eating. You know, your eating habits have to stay up. You have to make sure you're getting in the fluids. Taking in sodium is a good thing. You know, I'm not going to say go crazy on eating a bunch of junk food as far as, you know, chips and nuts and a whole bunch of salty stuff. but you do want to eat a good amount of those things because the sodium intake is important. My white blood cell count was also low. I want to say it was like a 2 point something, maybe a 2.4, 2.5. I'd have to go back and look, but I will post my sheet that shows that information. I will post that in the video, and then you can you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, and I will highlight those areas for you, so you know what to look forward to. But yes, with those counts being low, your immune system is, just very weak, and you don't want that, because if something happens, especially right now, being that we're in flu season and we have this coronavirus going around, it can be very detrimental to those of us who are ill or sickly already. So you definitely want to pay attention to that, because that's very, very important. Going on, after finding out about not being able to have my treatment, so I was of course disappointed. My left leg had been swelling, and it had been also in some pain the last few days prior to. It had been some time since I had a ultrasound done on it, so they ended up having me go downstairs to have a Doppler done, which is an ultrasound on my left leg. And they went on ahead and did that, and it came back, negative, so that's a great thing. I didn't have any blood clots in there or anything like that, but because I have lymphedema in my leg, it has to be something that they check often, because being that it swells the way that it does, you wouldn't know if it's a blood clot or cellulitis or water. And you don't want to have too much water setting in your body, because it can also be detrimental to you. You don't want to have blood clots, because blood clots can separate, shoot in places that they're not supposed to be, and it can kill you. And then cellulitis can settle in your legs and can also cause tissue damage and things like that. So they can give you medicine to kind of help with that situation. So I take naproxen. Initially, I had always been taking naproxen when I found out about this, to help with the inflammation in my leg, or legs at the time. But it also helps with pain, and it also is a blood thinner, so it can also contribute to helping with keeping blood clots down. I personally have to actually take a blood thinner. It's Lovenox, but I think it's called like enoxaparin. It's just a generic for Lovenox, but I have to give myself injections at night before I go to bed to keep my blood thinned. So fingers crossed, guys, that's not the situation. But yeah, enough of that. I was saying earlier in the video, my chemo treatments can take up to like 4 or 5 hours of the day. They're early in the morning, for a little before 9 o'clock. But in this case, I was here within like an hour's time or less, so they were a little concerned about that. But nonetheless, I took it as I have an extra week off. I don't have to come home and be worried about crashing this week, being ill or sluggish, and not only that, my kids had started school. As far as like supposed to be the virtual part of things, but because they are not, they don't have the virtual material at this moment, they've been kind of doing things just from paper. They're reading a novel right now and working out of a workbook, and they're doing math problems, worksheets. So they're pretty, easy right now with that. And then the younger ones, they're actually going to school, which is a great thing, because the house is quiet. My house is not quiet today because every other Friday they have off. So today it's a little noisy. It's been a little rocky for the most part, but all in all, we're getting through our day, so we'll be fine. So yeah, like I said earlier, chemo number 8 has been postponed to this coming Monday on the 12th, and I'm hoping that I can do another Get Ready With Me and take you guys along with me to my appointment and let you guys kind of see what goes on. I try to be very much comfortable. You know, I'll dress very comfortably, like almost like if I'm going to bed in my pajamas or something, or like sweats and a t-shirt or something like that. I want to be very comfortable. I sleep sometimes throughout the process that I'm there, so I'm hoping that I'll have enough footage to give you guys. If I can do it where I have a week of chemo or something like that, where you guys can see what I go through on some of that, because sometimes it can be very strenuous and I'm really tired and weak, and then there's other times where I can kind of pull myself together and just kind of try to stay steady on everything. I will show you, you know, what happens within that too. So all in all, thanks for watching, guys, and I will be back with another video. Peace.